In this video, I'll be going over equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are determined by using multiplication or division. And what you would do is basically multiply the same number on both sides or dividing the same number on both sides. Although division is a little bit tricky because you need to divide both sides by the same number, and sometimes they do not become the whole number and it can become decimals. So on the first example, I'd like to show how we can use multiplication to find equivalent ratio. The first one is 2 to 5. So say if you want to times it by 4 and do the same on the other side. So we will end up with 2 times 4 is 8, 5 times 4 is 20. So 2 to 5 is equivalent to 8 over 20. What if you want to choose a different number? For example, 2 to 5, but I want to times it by 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. 5 times 10 is 50. So 2 to 5 is equivalent to 20 over 50. Now you can even go as high as you want, say 2 over 5 and multiply by 100. That will become 200 to 500. So as you can see, there's unlimited combinations. As you can see, there's unlimited possibilities when it comes to equivalent ratios. Now, what if you were given a ratio and were provided multiple choice to decide which one matches the ratio? That's what the second example is. 30 to 15. So we want to know if 30 to 15 is equivalent to 90 over 45. The first answer. We could convert the ratio of 30, 15 to 90 over 45. And we can see if they match up. And this is how you would compare ratio. So for 15 to get to 45, we would need to times that by 3. And the numerator also needs to times by 3. Now 30 times 3 is 90, and 15 times 3 is 45. So that tells us that number 1 is correct. Now what about number 2? So let's do the same. 30 over 15. And then second one is 5 over 3. In this example, 15 would need to divide by 5 to become 3. And if we take 30 divided by 5, the answer should be 6. And so therefore, that one is incorrect. Now let's try the third option. Okay, 15 needs to divide by 3 to become 5. And 30 divided by 3 is 10. So that tells us that 10 over 5 is correct. And next we have 30 over 15 to 6 over 3. 15 divided by 5 will become 3. 30 divided by 5 becomes 6. So therefore, this one is also correct. And the last option, 12 to 5. The denominator needs to divide by 3 numerator divided by 3 would become 10. And so this one does not work. So for the example 2, we can see 3 out of the 5 options are equivalent ratios to 30 to 15. Next, we have the example 6 to 10. 6 to 10. In this example, we can see that both numbers are divisible by 2. So if we divide this by 2, divisible this by 2, we will have 3 to 5. And so 3 to 5 is equivalent to 6 to 10. So for ratios that can be divisible, they can also be multiplied. So if 6 to 10, and if I want to times that by 5, I would get 30, 50. So 30 to 50 is the equivalent ratio of 6 to 10. Now to the fourth example, we have 5 to 25. And we want to find out if the 5 options, and we want to find out which of the 5 options are equivalent ratio to 5 to 25. So we'll write 5 over 25. We'll take the first one, 20 over 75. 25 would need to times by 3 to get to 75. And we take 5 times 3, unfortunately become 15. So 20 to 75 is not an equivalent ratio to 5 to 25. Next, we have 50 to 10. From the numerator, we can tell 5 times 10 equals 50. But does 25 times 10 equals 10? No, it does not. And so this should have been 250, and therefore it's not a match. Now let's go to option number 3. 5 over 25 to 15 over 75. The denominator would times by 3 to 75. And 5 times 3, does it equal 15? And the answer is yes. So 3 would be an equivalent ratio to 5 to 25. Now, let's try the fourth option, 10 and 50. From the denominator, we can see 25 times 2 is 50, and 50 times 2 is 10. So therefore, we have an equivalent ratio here. And for the last option, 5 over 25, 1 over 5. In this case, we need to divide. So 25 divided by 5 will equal 5. So 5 divided 5, does it equal 1? And since the answer is yes, so this is also an equivalent ratio to 525. So these 4 are examples of how you would find equivalent ratios by either multiplication or division. Hopefully this is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.